The Spirit in the Body by Robert Crosbie. Letter 30. Your letter, as well as the books mailed, have just arrived. Many thanks for all of it, and for the good thoughts and wishes you send me, they are sincere. May they all bear fruit. There is a feeling of closing in. It comes from that steadfastness which trial alone can bring, and I dare swear that you have that steadfastness, even though you may know it not. In the work we have undertaken together, matters not whether it fails or succeeds as far as we are concerned. Our effort has been and will be for success, the rest is in other hands, and stronger ones. We have thrown, each one of us, the best he had into the breach. That best may not seem great to us, but certainly the motive was there, even if at times nature and events conspired to minimize it. They did not defeat us, that is sure. To hold our ground is victory, in some cases. It is more, if we manage to move forward, and we have done the latter, which is worth all that it cost and much more. Having found a secluded spot, remain firm and steadfast in it. When a student enters upon the new life, he does so because he sees the true. At the same time he is buffeted about by the effects which have arisen, and arise, from whatever of untruth he had held. He oscillates between the real and the seeming real, or, as he might term it, the ideal and the facts. His effort should be to remain steadfast in the true, having found that secluded spot. A right, true, and correct philosophy of life is absolutely necessary if constant, steady growth is to be attained. This philosophy must have in it, as a center, immutability, otherwise any building up of an inner body on a center which is mutable necessitates the destruction of that building and the beginning of another one on another center, with loss of time, effort, and progress. If the second center prove mutable, again destruction is necessary. This is why there can be no progress from the standpoint of any but the Supreme Self. This is law and not sentiment. We should endeavor to remain steadfast, relying upon the Supreme and dedicating all our thoughts and actions to that. As we endeavor, the oscillations will become less manifest. All of the events of life give us opportunity to exercise the power of steadfastness. So we should welcome everything, pleasant or otherwise, as a means of growth, for, as has been said many times, the purpose of life is to learn, it is all made up of learning. The essence of growth is change. Any center short of the self, which is all, implies a finality, hence, concretion and cessation of growth, from which necessarily follows decay. With the true center all growth remains, for it is of the nature of that center, and indestructible, the changeless self, with fluidic instruments, always fluidic. You say, I am doing nothing. Perhaps, but the self has been afforded an opportunity, yes, opportunities, and these will be continued. The little I may take some pride in it, but the real I says you did not do it and never could, because you are only a reflection and an instrument. You served the purpose well, and will continue to improve. Gradually the lower manas will become so attuned with the higher that there will be no distinction between them. Then, instead of puffing up in one department, the energy will express itself as incentive and power for more and greater work. The pride is natural, but when properly diffused, it will not be called by that name. It is energy, of course. You seem to be getting interesting questions at your meetings. It is splendid training, all of it, just what is needed. It may help if you take the position that I do not answer, the philosophy does, and I do not answer the person, I answer the question. If the right attitude is kept up, all necessary qualities will appear. No concern but to keep in fighting trim is most excellent. Desire ceases to attract us when we cease to identify ourselves with it. Similarly, badness ceases to affect us, when we cease to identify ourselves with it. badness is but one of the three qualities. We are apartment constantly to forget the existence of the great force and value of our supersensuous consciousness. That consciousness is the great register, where we record the real results of our various earthly experiences. In it we store up the spiritual energy, and once stored there it becomes our own eternal possession. We forget, in looking for appearances of advancement, which is common to all students at first, but by retaining the fact in their minds, they by degrees cease to observe or care for signs of such progress, and none of their energy is wasted. They know that the storing goes on, and they keep busy at it, which means the performance of duty, doing the best they know and can, under all circumstances. They lay up treasures in heaven, not on earth. This we are doing and will continue to do. It serves to destroy the personal idea, the enemy of progress,